Now back to our continuing coverage of last night's mass shooting at Arcadia Lake. Oklahoma's Governor Kevin Stitt saying what happened is unacceptable and has no place in our state. Meanwhile, the park is back open tonight, and people who were at that scene last night have been allowed to go back and pick up anything they left behind.
And while despite what we saw happen last night, people in that area are defending Arcadia Lake as a safe place to be. City leaders say they are taking action to keep it that way. KOCO Chantel Navarro joining us live tonight. Chantel, we heard from the mayor earlier today about what comes next.
Yeah, we did. He just had a news conference, but I also spoke with witnesses today who were just north of the lake when it happened. They said they heard the gunshots, they heard the screaming, and here we have the bullet holes right on the pavilion. And the mayor said he's looking into all options to keep people safe.
The actions of a few individuals do not reflect the character, strength, or values of our city.
Mayor Mark Nash is defending his city and the people here. Just hours after 23 people were injured in a mass shooting at a popular Arcadia Lake campground.
It happened kind of sporadically, and then slowly we started seeing cars started just flying down the road past us.
Jason Hearn was there, heard and saw it all. This party was advertised as a Sunday fun day, escalating to anything but.
There was some shouting going on. It sounded just like almost like a big celebration, like a big party. The people I were with, the friends I were with, we all kind of commented. I was like, it's getting really loud up there. And then just shortly, I mean, within a minute or so, that's when the shooting started.
Edmond police say they're still looking into who and how many people are responsible. We do know the victims are between 16 and 30 years old. And while some are expected to be okay, others are critical tonight. So why was there not a patrol?
Why was there not a patrol? Because we don't patrol that 24 hours a day.
Would you be considering doing so after what happened?
We're reviewing all of our policies.
The mayor says they're also looking into what other security measures they can do, how to stop this from ever happening here again.
My understanding, you have to be of legal age to reserve a facility.
Was that enough to stop them though if this happened? I mean, if there was no permit, how else?
Well, I mean, that's part of the problem, isn't it? I mean, and I can't go any farther than that because we've got an investigation going on.
So again, no suspect information at this time. Of course, we're going to continue asking police about this. We'll let you guys know as soon as we get some more details. But we also have community leaders, clergy, and Live Free Oklahoma. They're going to be meeting tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. at Garden Oaks Community Center. They're going to be talking about all of this as well and steps kind of moving forward to stop the violence here in the area. For now, live in Edmond, Chantel Navarro, KOCO 5 News.
Just to see the bullet holes there, the campgrounds at Arcadia Lake. Chantel, thank you. And our KOCO's Megan Mosley also live tonight, continuing our team coverage. Meg, I know you spoke with neighbors in that area. What are they saying about this?
Yeah, Abby, the man I spoke with lives less than a mile away from where that shooting happened, and he says he hopes this doesn't deter visitors from the lake.
Incidents like this are rare, and they do not define us.
No, this is a great area. I think, I mean, all things considered, you know, sometimes we got backed up traffic and so forth, but we never really have a lot of ruckus in the area.
A Sunday night mass shooting at Arcadia Lake comes as a shock to the neighbors surrounding it.
I think, you know, it's still a great lake. It's still a great community, and we've got a lot of mountain bike trails and various other trails and stuff to do around here. It's sad that this happened here.
Edmond officials telling us the people who were at the lake at the time of the shooting weren't supposed to be there. So how exactly did they get in?
That is a public park campground area. So when it's a campground, you have access 24 hours a day if you're camping there.
For James, who frequents the lake, he says the shooting didn't stop him from biking his trail Monday morning.
But I come out here every Monday and ride, and so I thought I'd come on out and try it. And when I got here, everything was open. And there's been a lot of people on the bike trail.
Now, while the shooting was alarming and terrifying for nearby neighbors, Fred is emphasizing he doesn't want the shooting to deter visitors at the lake.
It's sad that this happened here, but yeah, I think people should enjoy it for sure. It's quite an amenity for the local area.
And we're told this area of the lake will begin taking reservations again starting tomorrow. Reporting live at Lake Arcadia, Megan Mosley, KOCO 5 News.
Megan, thank you. And this was the second mass shooting in Oklahoma this year. Our Evan Onstott here in studio with us now. Evan, you've been looking at how this incident compares to previous shootings.
Well, Oklahoma has had its share of awful incidents of mass gun violence, but shootings like the one we just had in Edmond last night, they are rare. I went back year by year through the Gun Violence Archive, which has been tracking mass shootings for the past 12 years. And last night, what we saw, 23 victims with reported injuries. That was the highest number I could find. So last year, there were 7 victims at the Midtown shooting outside the Collective. In 2024, 1 person was killed and 14 were hurt after a shootout at a Halloween party in southwest OKC. And we've certainly had deadlier mass shootings. 6 were killed in Henrietta in 2023. In 2022, 8 died in a Broken Arrow murder-suicide. 4 were killed that year at a hospital in Tulsa. In 2021, 6 people were shot and killed in Muskogee. And of course, Edmond has seen awful incidents of violence farther back, including the infamous post office massacre in 1986, where a man shot and killed 14 of his co-workers and injured 6 others before killing himself. Last night's mass shooting, less deadly, but again, the number of people hurt is as high as I've found in Oklahoma.